Hey guys, I'm back. I really didn't have time to really do any more research, but I pulled this latest run up on these L shells, which come to find out from the video this morning, I learned that these indicate Earth radii, and these are like shells that go around the planet, magnetic fields, if you will, like a dipole magnet. So we're getting and I would imagine these are gradients of the Earth radii. So one would probably be up about here. There's two. Well, I guess one's there. So the Earth radii is about 4,000 miles, 3,959 miles. So this energy, and this is the L shell that includes all the different KeV and MeV readings. 4,000 keV equals 4 MeV. So I pulled it up, and here's the other ones. There's 10 electron volts to 100, 10,000 electron volts rather to 100,000 electron volts. 100,000 electron volts to 400,000 electron volts. And then we get the other two down here, 400,000 to 1,900,000 electron volts and 1,900,000 electron volts to 4 million electron volts, or MeV. I pulled up this polar cap thing. Now that's pretty strange. Catching blue and red on both hemispheres at the same time. But we're not going to focus on that right now. So I'll try to drag this out without messing up the picture. So anyway, the video this morning we left off the Fock radiation belts. I've been calling them folk. Fock radiation belts are the run left off on 11/4, which would have been Sunday at UTC 1740. So they gave us a little bit more time. And so this is, keep in mind, this is a conglomeration of all the different electron volt measurements all rolled into one here. Look at all this stuff creeping in. Here's what I'm thinking. This white stuff, that's so high that none of this stuff is measuring it. That's got to be it. Look at it's all whited out here and here. And of course, these are only set to measure electron volts between the 1,900,000 and so forth and so on, and the 4 million, and then 400,000 to 1,900,000. So they're only going to pick up the electron volts in those spectrums. But nonetheless, even at 4 MeV, this thing's whiting out. But so we'll just go to this one here that has them all. So this is since 1740. That was the last we saw on this morning's video. And they didn't give us a whole lot more time, but took us into Monday at 0620 minutes UTC. And look at this stuff, man. It's just all blotched out. And I would just admit, just like on the when we were seeing that 4 MeV on the Fock radiation belt, when I would pull up the ISWA sims, and this, remember how inside here it used to be white, and then we'd have the blacks and purples in here, and then the dark blue, and then we had some color in here. Well, now this is how it used to look like, basically, before this event started happening. on the 2nd. So this is where it starts to go crazy, I think. See, this is the white I was talking about. I was speculating that this was above the 4 MeV range. That's why it was showing as whited out. But then we had this crazy transformation here. And we got reds, we got greens, we got all different colors in here. Oranges, light blue, sky blue, black, purple. So, I mean, I don't know what to make of all that, because these things here, they don't move. They don't give you anything. But whatever it is, and I would submit to you, it's not good, because every single one of these things was lit up. I showed you that this morning. I didn't bother pulling them all back up again today, since the run was so short. Maybe in the morning I'll pull them all up again. But I figured these shell time things would be good enough. So this energy is coming down to at least one or less than 1 Earth radii. So it's under the 4,000 mile mark for sure. But since this stuff's all whited out, I don't know. Well, then it can't be like super intense energy down here below that, or we'd be feeling it, I would imagine. So I'll just run these through back and forth real quick. See, this is when it was pretty normal. Then all of a sudden, things went wackadoodle. This was on Saturday. That's when everything changed. Saturday at 0300. That's when our whole magnetosphere and inside the magnetosphere took a major hit. See, everything was fine till around 0300 UTC on Saturday. See, 0300, 0340, 0300. Well, it didn't show up as much on this lower. So that tells me it's high energy stuff coming in. So it didn't show up as much on this lower one, because you see 1103, 0300. Still looking fairly normal, though. Looks like the reds came in, and then all of a sudden, well, it went to yellow. You can see all those magnetic field things in there. And you see that in the clouds too. I showed you the Venture Sky, and look in my description box. Just click on the magnetic resonant cloud images. It'll bring you up to Venture Sky. Now here you see it's getting whited out, so it's not registering there. So I don't know, guys. I mean, go back to my Saturday videos that explain the gamma rays and the ionized radiation. What's happening is these things, this high energy starting at 100 MeV, is stripping electrons from any atoms that are around there, any atoms up in here, and they're all, so that's like letting loose free radicals, if you will, free electrons. And the higher the electron volts, the shorter the waves are, and the shorter the waves are, it goes from X-ray. X-ray is like only up to 100 keV. Then anything after that's all gamma radiation. And this is up at least 4 MeV. I would submit it's probably higher. We're just not able to register it. Maybe these things just going crazy and flipping all these different pastel colors on here now. I don't know. But you can see it's whitening out on here. Not getting those crazy pastel colors on here. Even at 4,000 keV, it's just going white. So I would think maybe this thing's malfunctioning. It should be just probably pretty much all white. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I don't know, honestly. But whatever I know is I've been watching this stuff for a long time, and I've been making videos on it. since the beginning of this year, and I've never seen anything that looked like that or like this, although I haven't looked at this as much, but I'm sure it never looked like this. Otherwise, this stuff would have looked like this, and I never saw this stuff look like this. So anyway, there's the latest run. I pulled this through. There's no missing time, really. Wind speeds got up to like 800 something a few times. Watch the polar caps are getting dark, so I mean I think that's just garnering more energy when the darker they get. You got these gaps here in the magnetic interplanetary magnetic field lines, which are all getting jumbled up in front of the planet, because we got that planet coming in. Make no mistake, look at all those field lines. Those are interplanetary magnetic field lines, but instead of from the sun to Earth or Nemesis to Earth, it's planet Nibiru. Let's call it Nibiru to Earth, or whatever other planet, or whatever other name you want to put on it. Another planet in the Hercolubus Nemesis binary twin solar system. So, I mean, I'm doing the best I can, guys. I don't have a great science acumen, but I can put two and two together. And since I've been doing this for so long, or at least observing other people do it, when other people did do it, when nobody's doing it anymore, Astral Traveler, he was a great teacher. Learned a lot from that dude. So I'll give you a shout out, AT. I know you can't come back. They pretty much bought you out or whatever, and that's understandable. No hard feelings, buddy. But look at all these field lines. So that's coming from, and then I gotta get all squirreled up in here. That's coming from that planet that passed Ace on the 16th. And it was at least a 9-hour gap on Ace before it passed. So that means it's pretty darn big. And it was showing up 3, 4, 5-hour gaps as early as January. It kept getting bigger gaps. So we got something coming in, and then we also have this planet that penetrated the, ironically, around the same time the big planet passed Ace. It's headed toward Earth. We had a planet pass underneath our weather satellites that are in the geosynchronous orbit, geosynchronous stationary orbit. Like goes east, probably here, and goes in the Himalaya 8's over here. Take different shots, different parts of the globe in a constant 24/7 stationary fashion. This is the Himawari latest one. You can see this thing's almost slid out of the picture now. It used to show up around 1340. We'd catch some light rays reflecting up here. This is Melbourne, so this is around 1040 Melbourne time. And you can see it's really hardly showing up anymore. You can see some rays here at 1400. You probably got to click full screen to see this one. So it's slid beneath the satellites, and I'd say it's sliding toward the Earth. And if you watch that one video I put up about the Antarctica webcam, they're supposed to have sunset at 10:45 p.m. down there at the Davis Station, and it never got dark, so they're getting lit up 24/7 down in Antarctica by this year. And there's the reflection from the sun simulator. See how white it is? Oh well, I'm running out of time again. Ace and Discover, everything looks pretty normal. Here's Discover. Solar wind speed's down quite low, 427. Oh well, God bless. I'm running out of time. I'll see you in the morning, God willing. Peace.